everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Hart and you have made it to the end of week 1's beginner programme. Today's workout is a full body workout. We're going to be doing a quick 4-minute warm up, 10 moves for the main circuit. We're going to make sure that we do try to increase the intensity in the second round in one way or another. So in 10 seconds we're going to get started with our warm up. We're going to start off with some arm circles for this warm up. So arms out to the side and little arm circles forward.
My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know.
And switch, so we're going backwards.
Who understands all the clockwork of our romance? You make me feel so.
Okay, you can stay facing this way. I'm just going to turn to face the side for our hip hinges. So remember, imagine if you are postpartum, you might be looking to reach a baby out of your cot or crib. If you're not and you're thinking, what on earth am I saying? We are pushing those hips as far back as we can to create almost like a V shape between our knee and our chest area. Keeping this motion in place, we're going to go into some squats. So you can see I'm still creating that hip hinge, I'm still pushing back first. I'm not going and driving with the quads, I'm not driving with the knees.
Your eyes, I've got this inner battle. I don't know how to act. I ain't a person who wants.
We're going to come into a light jogging step next. First time doing jogging if you're joined me on the first 4 weeks. So with our light jogging step, as you can see, this doesn't look much like jogging at all, but we are shifting weight from side to side. There's slight elevation of the feet as we move, as if we're doing a nice slow jog. Maybe you're trying to catch up with your toddler but not making them aware so they don't run off. That's often what I have to do. We're going to go back into those arm circles in 3, 2, 1. Give a bit of a rest. So forwards first. Remember, if we find the hands is tingling a bit, just close the fists.
For the truth, somewhere.
And reverse.
I just want you. There was a void in my soul. Now I found my true home. But I just don't know.
And 3, 2, 1. Into those hip hinges.
If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song.
Clench the glutes as you come to standing. Not with your hands, but actually engaging those glutes, squeezing them together.
Reach out to me.
And then into our squats. It's quite a nice thing to do because you've already got the rhythm by doing the hip hinge, so you should feel more confident sinking into the squat.
I don't usually fall for someone. I don't even care who I run.
And into your light jogging step.
You're on my mind.
As we get more confident through the weeks and more prepared, this will be a normal jog. But we'll keep it nice and light to start with.
Listen, I'm on the run, afraid of heights and too much for sound. But oh, you make me.
2, 1, rest. Move the mat if you need to, which is something I'm going to be saying in quite a few of my workouts. I might have to bolt it down. The first move we're going to do today is a shoulder press. So for this move, we're going to start with our arms at our shoulder height, slightly a little bit depressed from a 90-degree angle. I'm going to raise them to meet in the middle and then bring them back down. So any move that we're doing now, because we've got quite a long rest, tap out between those 30 seconds. And pushing up.
blow the candles out, move your body slow.
So because this is a press, we're trying to create the tension as we're going up. So I'm exaggerating it ever so slightly, but you want to almost imagine that you've got those weights in those hands and you're really pushing up to meet them in the middle. If you did it the other way around, you're trying to then engage the lats more. And rest, so tap it out. Next thing we're going to do is a hip hinge, which we did in our warm-up, leading into a slight deadlift. So these aren't full deadlifts just yet. Sounds scary to do a deadlift, but all we're going to do is hinge at the hips, and then we're just going to lower down. So it's almost like we're doing the squat with the deadlift, but it's just to help get that range of motion. 2, 1, so hinge. So this is more of your Romanian deadlift than your conventional deadlift.
Move your body slow, you got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. Try to help you let it go.
Adjust your arms as you need to. This is a complex move to get used to. Coming for a rest. Next we're going to do some flies. So for our flies, what I want you to do, because obviously we don't have weights, we've got to make sure that our back is neutral. So when you are tilting forwards, we don't want to see arch in the back, we don't want to see rounding over. So we're keeping nice and flat. We're going to put our arms down in front of us and we're just going to bring them up to our sides and then back down. So imagine that you've got those weights in your hand or a resistance band that you're trying to bring up to each side. And off we go.
Let it go. Oh, no.
So really focus on engaging that core, don't let it drop. If you have DR, so if you have diastasis recti, which you should be doing with a physical therapist if you're trying to retrain your body, if you're trying to recover from DR, you don't want to be doing moves that really exacerbate this sort of move. So things that can drop the belly like this would probably not be advisable if you had severe DR. Okay, coming up to standing, we're going to tap it out. We're going to do some high to low squats next. So for our high to low squat, we're thinking that we're picking our baby up if you've got early postpartum, and we're going to be reaching down, coming up for that high squat. If you feel that you can do that, which we did in the postnatal recovery, you can raise up onto your toes to make it more of a high squat. 2, 1. So squat down as far as you can go, and then up. Then you can get to on your toes. Brilliant. So this could always be classified as a squat to calf raise if you get up onto your toes. Nice and controlled, nothing too fast. Okay, tap it out. So we're going to go into a wide / sumo squat next. So remember, for the sumo squat, what you're looking to do is to have your feet wider than you would for a conventional squat. Then you'll be engaging more of your inner quads. So these lovely bits here. And still sinking back. Off we go. So you should feel it on the top, but also on the inside. As you squeeze your glutes to the top, almost push a little bit further forward. Engage everything that you can.
Ending with a kiss, I'm clueless. We pretend that we don't really care at all, and there is nothing I can do. I am madly.
And then we're going to tap this one out. We're going to do some prayer pulses next. So for the prayer pulse, remember we're keeping our hands and our forearm to elbow connected as much as possible. Pardon me for the itchy nose. And we're going to be elevating the arms up and down. Three, 2, 1. So from a side view. motion in this, or range of motion. But it is a great arm workout. And rest. So now we're going to do our quote-unquote door opener. So it's a bit of a random version of a door opener, but we're really looking to open out those arms and bring them back together. So bring them out. And as we come back in, we're trying to create tension in our bicep and tricep area, so really engage those muscles as you're doing this move. 3, 2, 1.
I know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to.
So really exhale as you bring those arms in together.
Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do.
Okay, next you're going to ask me, why Lisa, why have you decided to put this one in? We're going to do a static lunge. So we're going to hold a lunge for 30 seconds. If this is too much of a challenge, please make sure that you do more of a split squat idea, so you raise up and down as you feel comfortable. So hold it for as long as you can. If you need to have a rest, simply raise up and then go back down into your lunge position. We're going to do 30 seconds on one leg, second round 30 seconds on the other. Okay, so sinking down. I'm going to hold this position for as long as we can. The key for a static lunge, it really helps you to think about the form of the lunge, so we can really concentrate on those two 90-degree angles, that we're tucking our bum in, that we're not sticking it out like this, that we are trying to keep everything in a nice straight line. And you will feel the burn very quickly with this one. 2, 1, up we come. You'll be glad to know the next move is nothing to do with the legs, it is a cross jab. So for the cross jab, we're going to be static positioned, but we are going to bring our arms across our body for a nice punching movement. So 3, 2, keep that static stance and go. And then tap it out. The last move in our series is a side-to-side squat. Now, if you joined me in the postnatal recovery program, when we did the side-to-side squat, we stepped out to the side, squatted down, rose back up, and then came back to the middle. You can do this again, so if you don't feel ready to do straight down into the squat, by all means have that momentum, that pattern. So step, squat, up, step. It's quite a hard one to remember coordination-wise, but let's go.
About this
And then other side.
world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions.
Remember to drive those hips back for that squat.
Needed for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out.
And rest. So tap out, back to the shoulder press. As we get through the beginner program, especially into some of the later programs, this section, the recovery section, will really be that. But because this is quite low intensity, you may feel that you're able to do like a light tap in between the moves. But if this is too much, have a natural rest. Stop and grab a drink. So shoulder press, 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're creating the tension as we're coming up, not as we're coming down.
Not looking back, Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde. A classic.
Breathe out on the way up.
This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
So we're going to rest. Next we're going back into that hinge to deadlift. So remember, it's more of the Romanian deadlift than a conventional deadlift. If you don't know the difference, a normal deadlift, you are hinging at the hips, but we go straight down with a bit more of a gap between our knees and our hands. But because we're hinging already, we want to make sure that we're going straight down. Two, one, so hinge back and down, back up. So this time try and make it more fluid. So maybe keep those arms down through the whole move. But really focus on hinging first and then doing the deadlift. Again, like I was saying, a lot of this, as we progress through the weeks, these moves will become more fluid. We won't necessarily be trying to join like dot to dot. And rest. Into those flies again. Remember, for the flies, we really want to keep them nice straight back. Try and raise the arms nice and wide to the side. As you add resistance, you may find that the height that you reach, or like the wingspan, I suppose, of your flies, it may reduce because you've got added weight and it's underneath you as such. So it's harder to move that weight behind you. 2, 1.
I wanna be with you.
So squeeze those shoulder blades together as you come to the top.
I wanna be with you.
Slight bend of the knee. Now to be nice, don't want to lock your legs out.
Don't let this go to waste. I just wanna let you know I wanna be with you.
And rest. So just as a quick reminder, just because I've got to adjust mine, if you need to grab a water, sit if you need to sit. Next we're going to do our high to low squats. So if you didn't manage the challenge last time, so if you didn't manage the calf raise in the first round, really give it a go this time, see how you get on. If you've got the chair nearby, you can always use the chair as you elevate up into that calf raise. So prepare yourself, 3, 2, 1, squat down, up into the calf raise.
I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
And rest in, so tap it out. Next we're doing our wide squats. So remember, for the wide squat / sumo squat, we're keeping the legs and the feet wider than hip width apart. We're pushing back still as if we were doing our hinge at the hip, but we are just trying to target different muscles than what we do for our conventional squat. You may find you can go lower in a sumo squat as well.
Don't let this go to waste.
Tapping out. We're going to be doing our prayer pulse next. So remember, for this one, we're not looking at great range of motion. It is just looking at really pressing those arms together, pushing them up towards the sky as much as we can, but maintaining the connection. Three, 2, 1.
My mind. We could build a dream, start up something new. Let the old be dead, let the shadow
do it from the side view.
Just come a little closer. I'll be there for you. I'll be there.
You can really see there's not much movement, it's not exaggerated.
Me in your head, so I can be there for you, there for you. The night is young. Won't you sing for me? Won't you sing?
Okay, next we're doing our door openers. So remember for this one, we're trying to open up and engage that back as we squeeze the lat muscles together. And we're not, like I said, with a lot of our movements, we're not elevating those shoulders, so we're keeping them nice and neutral. And 3, 2, 1.
I could stay awake till the night is through. With you by my side, with you by my side. Though we've only met, let me dive into your ocean. With my heart open. When the
1. So tapping back out, we're going to be doing our static lunge. So whatever leg you use first, we're going to switch over and do the other leg. Focus on all those key points that we pointed out in the first round. So 2 90-degree angles with the legs, neutralise the spine, tuck the bum under so we're not sticking it out because that will affect the posture that you have. So turn, get in place, 3, 2, 1, lower down, hold in position. If you need, grab a wall at any point.
we do it on repeat.
Adjust if you need to, or you can see my left side is better than my right. 3, 2, and raise up. 2 more moves. So we've got the cross jab next. So remember for this one, we neutralise, we keep standing still, we don't use our legs, we're just crossing the jabs across our body, crossing our arms across our body, crossing our jabs. Baby brain is settling in again. And 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm restless, so give me something to do. Yeah, I can't stay here because I need to dance. Jump around and show them how I move. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut.
Shake it out. The last move is our side-to-side squats. So remember for this one, if you did the step, squat, up, step, just try and squat straight away. If it feels too much of a challenge or if you don't feel confident, please never stretch yourself further than what you need to, especially as this is week 1. So 3, 2, and off we go. So squat down if you need to like that. So nice quick cool down. We're just going to do some ankle circles. Switch feet. It's only going to be a couple of minutes at most. One more time on each foot. Other side. And then hands. Relax those wrists. Other way. Reach over, And we're going to stretch the foot out as well. Come back down centre. Create a nice long line with that body down the side. Sweep down, arms behind our back for a nice chest opener, and then reach up to the sky. Place one hand on the wall, and turn away, open up that chest. Make sure that we are pulling our shoulders with our hips. Turn around, face the other way. So a huge thank you for joining me on today's workout, and congratulations for finishing week 1 with me. Next week we're going to be doing 2 full body workouts and a cardio workout again with no equipment. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll be seeing you again. Bye for now.